My people, welcome to J Progress Entertainment, and like always, I just want to thank everybody for the love and the support that they have been giving J Progress Entertainment. People, we just want to start the one off like this. It's not like my regular stories, but today I just feel like to talk to my people them. We have about 195 or 193 countries in this world. You have some countries that are very hostile towards immigrants. The immigration system is very much hostile. Right? But people, let me tell you this. One which is on top of the list for me is the United Kingdom. It is one of the countries which I think they gain the most from migrants, but they give the less. And they do everything in their power to make it the hardest country for anybody as a migrant to survive and live and prosper. Reason being, if we look right back to countries which allow your mother, your father, or even your child, immediate family, right? In the UK, your mother have to be sick or something, or you have to be them personal care or something in order to bring your mother in the UK to live and whatever. It's not even a case of living and working and making a life, right? No, they're not having that. Your father is the same thing. Your child, if your child past 18-year-old, you can't bring them here because they are considered as an adult. Let's look for the case like America and Canada, the other big first world countries which most people are killing themselves to go. No matter what age you can bring your mother, she don't have to be sick or anything or whatever. She just need to come into the country, work, pay the taxes and live happy days. You can do the same with your father. And don't matter what age your child is, you can still bring them into the country as long as you are the biological mother or the biological father. You get what I'm saying? So what is so different about the UK? That is my big question. Why is it a case that they claim to say that yes, they support families and they bring families together, but really and truly the most they do is tear families apart? You get what I'm saying? I did a story yesterday about that guy who, yes, he was illegal, but also he have a wife with 3 kids, missus with 3 kids in the UK. He was still deported. That's breaking up a family. If you were in America, Canada, they would have looked at all the other alternatives. Oh, if you sort this out because they don't want to break up the family and see how they can get you all sorted. Alright. People, I say that to say this. I come across a story last night. I was watching this thing. And many of you guys would have heard about the Windrush. Going back now to say where the UK benefits the most from immigrants, but they give them the less and their lives are the hardest to survive in the UK. As an immigrant, you are better off prospering in America and Canada, but the UK makes it really difficult. First and foremost, why you think if a person run off to America, in 2-3 years you can probably see them at Jamaica again on a regular flight. Fly in, fly back out. The same thing goes for Canada. But the UK, 15-20 years you haven't seen that person because there's no way of that person being regularized in the UK. Right? They don't really give you a chance. They will always support the people who is born and bred in the UK, who are born British citizen. But yet still, going back now to the Windrush, when the UK falter back then, right? I would assume this was probably done in the 60s or something like that, yeah? All these Windrush people come in. What were their missions? All these immigrants who come in to build back the UK. And even before that, and I don't want to go too deep into this because I don't like to go deep into that history. Think about all these 12 million people from Africa who was taken and sold for labor to benefit, for financial benefit. Who did it? Which country did it at the time? Which country was the country who started all of that? Stick a whole heap of pin. Now, Let we go legally now where the Windrush generation came in. That was taken to the UK to build back the UK after it was gone down to nothing. Now, these people work and build back the UK and bring back the UK where it is. Not just Jamaicans, not just the West Indies, but also Chinese, Indian, Pakistani and all these other people. They build back the UK and only to live to see some 50 something years after, these very same people were given letters that they are illegal in the country, even though at the time when they came here, there weren't much immigration laws. But surely, there would have been something to say these people have been here since they were 10, 15, 20 years old. And these were the persons who were sent for to come and rebuild the country. So it goes to show. You see, when it comes down to immigrants and the UK, it is a place where they will use you and take everything from you. And then they just discard you like that. And we see it over and over. The Windrush is a perfect example. Because when I was watching this video last night, and there was this Rasta lady, I don't know how many people have seen that story. It was a Rasta lady. She said she had been here since she was 10 years old in the UK. Right? She been in the UK some 50 something years because she was in her 60s at the time of the video. And that video, when I saw it, they would have done it about 4 years ago when all that Windrush thing was going on. After living in the UK for 50 something years, when immigration policies and procedure were a bit different, so you come here for a time, you live here for a time, you automatically become a citizen. And at the time also, you would have been under the British colony in Jamaica at the time. So you could easily say you were born a British from Jamaica, right? This woman in her how many years old now? 60 something years old. Receive a letter to say that she's illegal in the country. So she, in the attempt now of trying to clear up this misunderstanding, went to the Home Office to clear this up. They only did nothing but detain the 60 something year old woman who have been living here all her life. Came here since she was 10 years old in the Windrush, whatever. And been working, paying her tax and living legally according to her. Because she have her kids here and her grandkids, everything. You get what I'm saying? But the amount of people that got that letter at the time, who came here in the Windrush generation. So how did you know to send letters to these people if they weren't there in the system in the first place and they were here illegally? Right? But it goes to show, now that they have gotten everything that they needed from these immigrants, they don't need them anymore. We can discard them now. Let's clear them out. Right? And if you think that's it enough, ask anybody who visit the UK, who have filed for anybody to come to the UK or anything, and ask them when it comes on to like the NHS tax surcharge and all these things that they're going to charge to do application to come to the UK, ask them the increase that they have done over the years. They don't do no 5% increase or 10% is increase, which would be the norm. 50 and 60% increase. So you are telling me that these people are trying for people to help family, bring their family to live a better life. No, they just don't want you here, period. You get what I'm saying? People may not understand, why even people in Jamaica say British people mean, England people mean, and England people that. But you see out of all these countries, America, Canada, and England, English people face it the hardest to survive. English people have to fight it the hardest to survive and live in the country, even when they're legal and have legal status. It's still a struggle. You know how much things them got through in them country, England country? It is probably one of the hardest first world country for anybody who will never born here, come and live and survive. It's difficult in every way. Racism still the boat. Everything still the boat. Discrimination still the boat. Stereotyping still the boat. Everything still the boat. So don't feel like say a man we see and say, oh, English people mean, because up till now people don't understand say them face it the hardest. You can go run off in another country and probably survive a little bit and live life and alright. But in England, nightmare. Even when you're good and straight, it's still nightmare. Things are getting a little bit better as life goes on, but guess what? Everything's still there. Color of your skin, you can't get certain job, you can't in a certain position, same way. Discrimination still there. Stereotypes still there, but them use a lot of style and craft. Why you think say them no why you can't take your own mother in the country? You can't take your own father. You can't take your own pitney after them reach certain age. But all the other countries allow it. Because they say they don't want to break up family. You get me? No, but you should stay in this country and work like a dog and then pay your tax, do everything, and you can't even elevate the life of yourself and your family. All that work. Suppose you have the one pitney. Or you come to this country and you did have your little pitney left a yard. You come here. And even now, me hear them even make it difficult for people who come here. Like healthcare people, the nursing home and nurses and all of these things. That them are going to start left them family. Before they could have bring their family, now they come like them once and them have to go left them. But these people, according to them, they don't break families apart. Let me tell you something, man. Out of all of these first world countries, the country if you use you and discard you is gonna be the UK. Remember when me tell you that. The country will get the most out of immigrant. And them make it the hardest for immigrants. And this is not just about people now who say come here illegal. People who come here under legal status as well. Your life still difficult. And this is why people don't understand why English people hold on upon their money so much. Because the life is really hard in the UK for them. Not just financially, but emotionally and everything. You understand me? I say the pressure, the discrimination, everything. A lot of people wouldn't say it. You get me? A lot of people wouldn't say it, but a lot of people go through these things. As me say, the story for me, as an eye-opener was the Windrush situation. And when they send home all of these people, you have at least 12 of them were dead when they go back to Jamaica. Because they just couldn't believe it was a shocker to them. They have been living in the UK all their life and then boom, they send them back to their yard. Them don't know if it do a Jamaica, them don't know if it cope. Them are go dead of course. You get me? And it was a mistake of sending out wrong letter. Where you find these peace people in the system in the first place? If them illegal, you don't have nothing upon them. Obviously, they have been here working legally and everything. But it just goes to show. Them get what them want. And it's always been like that for all these years. And them go buy the slave them at Africa. And them go distribute them at the Caribbean. And them go do this and them go do that. This is how it's always been. You see me? So sometime, let me tell you this, man. When you see a man and him saying they are foreign, England in particular, it's not no easy road. Never even mind the money. A whole heap of things people go through, boy, same way. And like me say, racism, discrimination, stereotype, and all these many kind of things. If a lot of people willing to talk. And it's one of the countries which don't allow you to connect families. They will tear you apart at any time. The only way you get to is if you did ban you in the country and certain things. Them no want do nothing more and get rid of you for your name ban you. Look, look at the amount of money people have to pay for application, for do status, visa, biometric permit and all of these bullshit. Right? Thousands of dollars. But yet still the health system is still garbage. No matter how much money they might charge. When the money was less, the health system was a lot better. But now they might charge more money. It's even worse. You see me? Back to the story. This woman, we are 60 years old, we get the letter in the Windrush thing there. And them decide to send her back to Jamaica. And she go clear up herself. Right? With the Home Office. Them detain her. About 6 days them detain her for. 60-year-old woman was living here all her life. No know nothing about Jamaica. At 10-year-old she left Jamaica. And was going to send her back to a country without even no consideration or anything. To somewhere she don't even know. And they have proved, they have records of her being there for over 10, from she a 10-year-old. Or you go send her back somewhere she don't know and she been living here legally. Based on all nothing when you said. You get me? When me watch the story, me say me feel it. That's why me have to come and do a video like this today. Because me feel it. Yes, me did aware of the Windrush thing that was going on. But when you actually sit down now and watch certain things, you have to say, Jaja, what is Father God? Eh? How them use you and discard you just like that. This woman here was so shocked and feel so betrayed and let down by your country. But let me tell you something. You see, when you're in a country like England, it's never really ever legal. If you weren't born here in one of them hospitals in England, you're never really legal and as a citizen, no matter where you have. The least you could think happen, them take that from you. Just remember that and keep it somewhere in your head. Believe. 1J progress, my people. I don't know it go already. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend. My people, share up the page. Share up the channel. Make them know, come over, because we talk about all kind of things around here, my people. And remember, we are on a mission to get to 15K by March. And we know we can do it. Believe.